Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on the art of persuasion. We're going to look at everything from old-school ad campaigns to the AI that's shaping our world right this second. And we're going to uncover these fundamental laws of influence that are always at play, whether you realize it or not.
You gotta hear this quote. It's from Joe Girard, who is literally in the Guinness Book of World Records as the greatest car salesman ever. He's making this incredibly bold promise here, that there are secrets to persuasion so powerful they can change absolutely everything for you.
So, to make sense of this huge topic, we've broken it all down into 6 core laws. We're going to talk about rarity, attention, authority, having a system, using your network, and finally, the new kid on the block, the machine. This isn't just about how persuasion used to work, it's about how it's evolving right now. Okay, let's get into it.
All right, first up, the law of rarity. This one is primal. It's baked into our DNA. We are just wired to want what's scarce, what's hard to get. It taps right into that fear of missing out, and it's basically the entire foundation that the world of luxury is built on.
And you might be thinking, oh, luxury just means expensive, right? Well, not exactly. As the book Cover on Luxury explains, when you buy true luxury, you're not just buying a thing. You're buying a story, a culture, and most importantly, exclusivity. You're buying entry into a very exclusive club.
And here's where it gets really clever. Rarity can be totally real, or it can be completely manufactured. Just look at the difference here. A premium brand like BMW, they want to sell as many cars as possible. But a luxury brand like Rolls-Royce, they on purpose sell one car less than people want, just to keep that mystique alive. It can be physical, like Hermes literally not having enough perfect crocodile skins, or it can be totally virtual, like a 24-hour flash sale online. The real masters play both sides.
Okay, so on to our second law, attention. Think about it this way. If rarity is the cool party, attention is the bouncer at the front door. You can't get in if they don't see you. And in today's world, that front door is just surrounded by a hurricane of noise. If you don't get noticed, you might as well be invisible.
Let's hop in a time machine back to the 1950s. The media world was, well, it was simple. You had a handful of TV channels. An advertiser could grab almost the whole country's attention with a simple, confident message like this one for Camel. There just wasn't that much else competing for eyeballs.
Now, let's jump back to today. Whoa, it's a completely different ballgame. You're not competing with a few TV channels. You're competing with everything. The goal now is to jolt what the book Sell Like Crazy calls the online sleepwalkers awake. The principle is the same, get noticed, but the tactics, they've gotten way more intense.
And all of this leads to a classic, timeless framework, the IDA model. Seriously, this is like the secret blueprint behind almost every persuasive message you've ever seen. First, you grab their attention. Then, you build their interest. After that, you create desire. And finally, you call them to action. Once you see this pattern, you will see it absolutely everywhere.
Our third law is all about a huge mental shortcut we all use, authority. We're just built to trust experts. And why not? It's efficient, right? It's a lot easier to trust a doctor than to spend 10 years in medical school yourself. And you better believe this principle gets used in persuasion all the time.
So check this out. The book Authority Marketing points out this brilliant tactic, building your credibility with things that don't feel like ads. A book, for example, feels educational, not like a sales pitch. It automatically makes you seem like an expert. But, and this is a really big but, is that authority always real?
And yeah, the kind of scary answer is not at all. As the book Trust Me, I'm Lying breaks down, authority can be completely made up. Here's how the trick works. You plant a fake story on some small, unknown blog. A bigger blog sees it and reports on it. Then a major news outlet picks it up from them. It's called trading up the chain. And just like that, something totally made up gets laundered into a widely accepted fact. Wild. Okay, this all leads perfectly into our fourth law, the law of the system. Because here's the thing, real persuasion is almost never a single brilliant moment. Nope, it's a process. It's a system that's been carefully designed to walk someone from, I'm not sure, all the way to, heck yes, I'm in.
A good way to think about these systems is like a game with a set of rules. This table, which is inspired by the book Auctions, breaks it down perfectly. You've got your players, the seller, the bidders. You've got strategies, the actual bids, and you've got payoffs. Every persuasive system, whether it's an auction house or an Amazon product page, has a hidden structure like this, and it's all designed to get a specific result. And this is why having a system is an absolute game changer. Check out this stat from Sell Like Crazy. It's mind-blowing. At any given moment, only about 3% of your potential customers are actually ready to buy something right now. A system is how you connect with and build trust with the other 97% until they're ready.
So what does that system actually look like today? Well, it looks like this, the modern sales funnel. It's an automated journey. You start by attracting people with something valuable and free. The system then automatically spots that 3% who are ready to go and hits them with an amazing offer. And for everyone else, it starts a nurturing process, building trust over time, all on autopilot, until they're ready to buy.
So far, we've covered what we want and how our attention gets grabbed. But let's be real, we don't make decisions in a vacuum. And that brings us to law number 5, the network. This is all about the powerful and often invisible influence of the people we know and trust.
That legendary salesman, Joe Girard, he had this rule he called the Law of 250. His theory was that every single person has a network of about 250 people they can influence. Think about that. Every single customer interaction has this incredible ripple effect. Get it right, you might get 250 fans. Get it wrong, you got 250 critics.
And how we tap into these networks has changed a lot. Back in the day, it was all about paying bird dogs. You'd slip a guy $50 for sending you a customer. It was a simple transaction. But today, it's all about influencer marketing. And the shift is massive. The value isn't the transaction anymore. It's the trust that influencer has already built with their followers.
And asking for introductions doesn't have to feel awkward or slimy. The book, Don't Keep Me a Secret, has some great examples. Just simple little shifts in how you phrase things can make all the difference. When you use collaborative language like this, you're not pushing, you're partnering. And that brings us to our 6th and final law. This is the one that takes everything we've just talked about and puts it on hyperdrive. It's the law of the machine, how artificial intelligence is taking all these timeless principles of persuasion and automating them on a scale we've never seen before.
I mean, the change here is just staggering. Things that used to take a whole team of people, writing ad copy, guessing subject lines, analyzing data, AI can now do it all automatically. It can create content, predict what you're going to click on, and personalize your experience in real time. The scale and speed are just on another level.
So, as the source Prompt God points out, our job is changing. We're not so much the creators anymore. We're more like the directors. We're the ones training the AI. We give it examples, we give it a persona and some rules to follow, and then we test it and tweak it until it gives us exactly the persuasive message we're looking for. Which leaves us with a final, kind of a mind-bending question. As these incredible tools get better and better at persuasion, as they become more autonomous and more woven into our daily lives, who's actually doing the persuading? And who's being persuaded? The line is starting to get awfully blurry.